Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and happy game week. It is officially the first game week of the 2025 NFL season. Week 1 is right around the corner. 2 days until the NFL opener between the Eagles and the Cowboys. That game is going to be awesome. Obviously, the Cowboys traded Micah Parsons. I didn't make a video on that, but I mean, shoot, my reaction to that was priceless. I mean, man, I can't believe they did that. I'm still in shock that they did that, but we're not here to talk about that today. Today, we're going to be talking about the Commanders' Week 1 depth chart. Going to react to it, going to break it down, and I'll give you guys my honest thoughts to it. All right, so let's start with the offensive depth chart. We're going to start at the top, work our way down to the bottom. At receiver, your starting receivers are Terry, Deebo Samuel, and Noah Brown. No surprises there, with Luke and Jalen Lane as your backups. Kendrick Bourne, I have not talked about Kendrick Bourne. I'll talk about him a little bit here. We brought him in, or are bringing him in for a visit today. I would assume the visit's probably done by now. Maybe it's a long visit, so we'll see if we get any news on that. But took a visit with the Niners yesterday. It was reported by a Niners beat reporter that the visit went well, but they could not agree to contract terms with Bourne, so he left the facility, came here. Now he's on his visit with us. So I actually really like Kendrick Bourne as a fifth or maybe even fourth receiver option for us. Kendrick Bourne, when healthy, is a very solid receiver. He was solid for the Niners a couple years ago and was solid for the Patriots when he was healthy. So bring in Kendrick Bourne as like a receiver 5, maybe receiver 4, but as a receiver 5, that would make me feel really good about our receiver depth. So again, if we were to bring in Kendrick Bourne, I'd be really happy with that signing. And I feel like our receiver depth, man, I mean Terry, Noah Brown, Deebo, Jalen Lane, and Kendrick Bourne as your top 5 receivers, and then Luke McCaffrey as your 6th. I'd feel really happy about that. O-line, starting O-line, Lermy Tunsil, Brandon Coleman, Tyler Biadasz, Nick Allegretti, or Andrew Wiley at right tackle, or right guard, sorry. And then Josh Connolly Jr. is your starting right tackle, so he beat out Andrew Wiley, and he is your Week 1 starting right tackle. I expected that, but, it is good that he earned his spot. He fought, and he looked really good in the preseason, and now he is our Week 1 starting right tackle. I do find it very interesting that they have Allegretti or Wiley at right guard, so that means either one of them could start. I think it'll be Allegretti still, but as you guys know, Andrew Wiley has experience starting at right guard. He started at right guard a little bit for the Chiefs, so he has experience there. So, if they feel like going with Wiley, then they could do that. But I still think it'll be Allegretti Week 1 at right guard. Tight end, no surprises. Ertz as your tight end 1. Bates as your second tight end, your blocking tight end. Then you have Benson as your third and Colson Yankoff as your fourth. And then quarterback, obviously JD5, then Mariota, then Josh Johnson. Now, for the biggest surprise, running back. We wanted to see how the running backs, will kind of rank on the depth chart. And this is it. Austin Eckler as your running back 1. Jeremy McNichols as your running back 2. Chris Rodriguez Jr. as your running back 3. And Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, a.k.a. Bill, as your running back 4. Now, I know a lot of fans might be a little shocked by this, a little disappointed by this, and I thought that, and the depth chart isn't everything. Like, this is technically unofficial, kind of, although it's kind of official. Like, Connolly's going to be our right tackle starting, right? But specifically at running back, Austin Eckler, I mean, he may take the first couple carries of the game, but in reality, he's not a starting running back. Like, he is not a bell cow guy. He's not going to be the guy taking most of the carries. Jeremy McNichols as running back 2, I mean, that alone tells me, yeah, Bill isn't running back 4. Like, in the preseason games, the Patriots and Bengals game, I mean, you had both Chris Rodriguez and Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt coming into the game before Jeremy McNichols. So why would that change in the regular season, right? So having Bill as running back 4, he's probably at the very least running back 3, realistically. I see no scenario, unless it's injuries, that Jeremy McNichols comes in the game before Chris Rodriguez or Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. JP Finley actually just put out a tweet talking about the depth chart, the running back rankings, and he said himself not to put too much stock into it. You know, Eckler's always going to have a role here. Like, he is our receiving back slash third down back, really good receiving back, and is good in pass protection as well. And he's always going to have a role. However, he's not going to be our bell cow guy. Like, he may take the first couple of carries, but, like, he's not going to lead the team in carries every single game. Maybe in touches, but not carries. I think that'll be either Bill or Chris Rodriguez who does that, right? And I don't think any of the 4 running backs will be inactive. I think all 4 of those guys will be active. You know, most teams have 3, but I feel like all 4 of those guys will be inactive, or not inactive, sorry, active. I feel like each guy has a role. Obviously, Eckler, he has a role. They love J-Mac, McNichols on special teams, and then Bill and Chris Rodriguez, they really like both those guys. So, again, I wouldn't put too much stock in Bill being running back 4 because it's going to be a committee, and he's going to get a good amount of opportunities, and as the season goes on, his opportunities will increase, and at some point, he will be our lead back. So, again, don't put too much stock into the running back depth chart right now. And then on defense, no surprises here at all. Your starting D-line, Dietrich Wise, Deron Payne, Kinlaw, and Armstrong, with Baptiste, Goldman, Newton, Jacob Martin backing them up. Von Miller, he's going to come in on third down, so you have him listed there. Linebacker, Bobby Wagner, Luvar, your starters. McGee, Ballore, Cajo, and Medrano backing them up. Cornerback, Lattimore, Amos on the outside with Mikey in the inside. Jonathan Jones and Noah Igbenogany backing them up. And then at safety, you have Will Harris and Quan Martin with Percy Butler and Jeremy Reeves backing them up. And then finally on special teams, Matt Gay is your starting kicker, Tressler is your starting punter, and Tyler Ott is your starting long snapper. Hey, Matt Gay, you better have your stuff together, bro, because I ain't trying to, deal with no missed kicks, bad kicks. Nah, have your stuff together, gang, because we gave you all that money for a kicker on a 1-year deal, all that guaranteed money. Hey, man, you better make your kicks. And then kick returner, Deebo Samuel, he's starting alongside with Luke McCaffrey. So those 2 guys are your 2 kick returners back there. And Deebo will be replacing, Austin Eckler. So that is very interesting right there. I guess they're doing it because obviously Eckler suffered a concussion last year versus the Cowboys on a kickoff, and they just want to protect him. And I guess Deebo is, more or better built to take that physical punishment, those hits on kickoffs, right? So I do understand it from that perspective, and Deebo provides more juice. And then Jalen Lane is your starting punt returner, which is no surprise right there. So that is it for the Commanders Week 1 depth chart. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're not already subbed up to the channel, and turn on notifications. Comment down below your thoughts on the Commanders' first depth chart of, well, I'm pretty sure it's just the last depth chart. I don't think they'll come up with any other depth charts, but comment down below your thoughts on the Commanders' Week 1 depth chart ahead of their game versus the Giants on Sunday. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.